In the vast galaxy of Star Wars, Darth Vader grappled with both physical and emotional challenges. A particularly intriguing aspect of his journey lies in his deliberate choice to steer clear of the Bacta tank. This medical apparatus, typically employed for healing, takes on a profound significance in Vader's narrative. The question arises, why did Darth Vader feel the need to avoid his Bacta tank? Beyond being a mere tool for physical recovery, the Bacta tank carries symbolic weight, representing renewal and rejuvenation. Vader's intentional avoidance of this apparatus hints at a complex interplay between the tangible struggles of his physical form and the intangible currents of his emotions. Let us embark on an exploration of why Darth Vader opted to stay away from his Bacta tank, unraveling the intricate threads that connect his physical adversities with the emotional tapestry of his transformation. This investigation promises to unveil insights into the intricacies of Vader's character, shedding light on the forces that shaped his destiny in the expansive Star Wars universe. By understanding why Darth Vader needed to avoid his Bacta tank, we delve into the essence of his journey, discovering the profound interconnections between his body and soul in the epic saga. Imagine Anakin Skywalker, our unlucky hero, losing his arms and legs to Obi-Wan, left sizzling on Mustafar's shores. Ouch! Those burns were no joke, promising a lifetime of misery. But fear not, here comes the dark side, some magic and some fancy cybernetic tech to keep him kicking. Now, imagine Lord Vader donning his high-tech suit, meant to be his lifeline. It sounds awesome, right? Well, not quite. The suit turned out to be a non-stop pain party for him. Think hooks and wires snagging on his skin, uncomfortable prosthetics straight from the past. A genuine nightmare. Fans were practically gossiping about Vader's cybernetic struggles, from daily discomfort to outdated gear. But wait, there's a twist. The Bacta tank was his escape, a bit like a spa day in the Star Wars universe. The catch? Vader didn't always embrace it. Why, you ask? That's what we're diving into. Before we explore his tank-dodging ways, let's understand Bacta. It's this miracle goo made by the Vertex folks, mixing barley, bacteria, and some embore fluid. The result? A gooey bluish substance that can be slapped on in various ways. Patches, injections, pills, you name it. The fan favorite, a good old Bacta spray. So imagine Vader dealing with all of this sci-fi mess. He had this Bacta thing, a literal lifesaver, but sometimes he'd give it the cold shoulder. Why? Well, that's the intriguing part we're about to unravel. It's like he had a love-hate relationship with his own survival kit. Maybe it was a Sith thing. As we peel back the layers of Vader's complex existence, we uncover a character not just battling rebels, but also grappling with his own discomfort. The Force may be strong with him, but so was the struggle against these cybernetic quirks. Imagine this. The Bacta fluid, like a magical healing potion, gets a dash of the patient's DNA, making it a custom-fit remedy for their unique body. And then the patient, after perhaps a bit of sedation, slips into a Bacta tank with a snug breathing mask. Now, people's experiences with Bacta, as diverse as the galaxy itself. Some find it soothing, almost like a spa day, while others feel like they're being swallowed alive. Darth Vader surprisingly falls into the former category. For Vader, the Bacta tank was his sanctuary. Think about him sans prosthetics, just soaking in the gooey goodness, feeling, dare I say it, human again. It's his escape, a brief moment when he's not the menacing Dark Lord, but someone who, for a while, sheds the heavy burden of his cybernetic existence. Yet, here's the head-scratcher. Why didn't Bacta work its full magic on Vader's battered body? I mean, after all, it had worked wonders on others, even handling lightsaber wounds like they were mere scratches. Well, it turns out, Bacta has its limits. It's not a miracle worker that can regrow limbs or resurrect the dead. The trick lies in those clever microbes we chatted about earlier. They speed up the healing process, sometimes turning near-fatal injuries into a quick recovery. But there's a catch. Dead tissue, like Vader's damaged lungs and organs, don't get a comeback tour. So Vader, with the Force as his ally, essentially carried around a somewhat lifeless body. His breathing apparatus, doing the job his lungs couldn't manage, pumped life into a body that should have, by all accounts, called it quits. Yet, here he was, a testament to sheer willpower and the dark side's influence. Now, the Bacta tank wasn't a cure-all, but it did offer Vader relief. The constant regenerative dance of the Bacta liquid eased his physical pain. In those moments of meditation within his tank, whether on Coruscant or in his Mustafar castle, Vader found solace. He'd reflect on his past, sift through regrets, and revisit his life as Anakin. It's in these moments that the mighty Darth Vader, the terror of the galaxy, becomes oddly relatable. A soul grappling with his own humanity amid the sci-fi chaos. Vader found himself trapped in a confusing cycle of suffering, juggling both physical and emotional torment. As the grip of physical pain eased, a flood of emotional anguish swept in, bringing in memories of Anakin Skywalker's final days, Kenobi's betrayal, Padme's loss, and the presumed separation from his child. Even during these breaks, guilt and self-loathing for betraying the Jedi pushed Vader dangerously close to insanity. Determined to avoid madness, he chose to endure the discomfort of his suit over seeking solace in the Bacta tank. In the tragic story of his life, Vader's preference for external suffering over internal turmoil became evident. The weight of his emotional burdens outweighed the physical discomfort imposed by the ominous suit. He found comfort in the tangible nature of physical pain, considering it a more manageable challenge compared to the intangible demons of remorse and grief. In Star Wars Legends, suffering played a crucial role in fueling Vader's Sith journey. However, in the canon narrative, Darth Sidious expressed disdain for Vader's descent into depression. Sidious believed that Vader's grief acted as a hindrance to the Sith, thinking that sorrow diluted the potency of the dark side. In a departure from the typical Sith ethos, Sidious encouraged Vader to cast aside the shackles of his past, urging him to forget the pain of betrayal and loss. This seemingly counterintuitive advice was rooted in the Sith philosophy that rejected regret and self-loathing, asserting that such emotions weakened the dark side's influence on its practitioners. This unique aspect of Sith psychology, where grief was seen as an impediment to progress, extended beyond Vader's narrative to the broader Star Wars lore. Darth Bane, another notable Darksider, found himself ensnared in a similar web of despair, learning that he accidentally killed his abusive father with the Force, and it led to a deep depressive slump, weakening his Force abilities. Bane's telekinesis and lightsaber skills faltered until he regained his resolve, highlighting the impact of grief on a Sith's prowess. In contrast, the canonical portrayal of Sidious's rebuke of Vader's sorrow underscored a different truth. Physical pain could be harnessed as a potent source of power for Sith. The simplicity and tangibility of physical suffering became a wellspring from which a Sith could draw strength, presenting a stark contrast to the elusive nature of emotional torment. Within the complicated plan of the Sith's existence, the delicate balance between physical and emotional suffering emerged as a defining aspect of their journey, shaping destinies and influencing the very fabric of the dark side. Utilizing straightforward, tangible suffering is a technique the Sith employ to bolster their strength. Vader, confined in his suit, endured a continuous stream of physical pain to enhance his power. However, this unrelenting well of physical torment eventually reached a point where emotional pain rendered him emotionally numb and indifferent. Understanding Vader's deliberate choices regarding Bacta tank usage on Mustafar and avoidance on Coruscant is essential. Coruscant and Mustafar held distinctly different meanings for Anakin Skywalker and Vader. Mustafar provided an avenue for Vader to tap into his rage, fostering his hatred for the Jedi and Kenobi. And conversely, Coruscant served as a stark reminder of his wife, with the grand halls of his castle echoing with the ghosts of Anakin. These halls were a heavy reminder of Vader's deepest emotional suffering and regret. This emotional dilemma prompted Vader to lean into the hatred fueled by Mustafar, seeking solace in the Mustafar tank. Conversely, the Coruscant tank held painful memories, evoking only regret and sadness. Realizing this emotional nuance, Vader chose to meditate on the Mustafar tank, establishing a profound connection with the dark side. In this mental state, the dark side communicated more freely, providing insights through the Force that escaped him while wearing the suit. Vader's intentional avoidance of the Bacta tank, especially in his early years as a Dark Lord, sheds light on the complexity of his journey. Were you surprised to learn that grief and depression weakened the Sith in canon? And additionally, how would you feel about undergoing Bacta treatment for your injuries? Would you embrace it, or does the idea seem strange to you? Vader's story underscores the intricate relationship between the Sith and pain. The correlation between his emotional state and the dark side's effectiveness unveils a nuanced understanding of the Force's dynamics. The narrative challenges traditional beliefs about the dark side, demonstrating that emotions like grief and depression can indeed weaken its hold on a Sith. In conclusion, Darth Vader's intentional avoidance of his Bacta tank unveils a profound chapter in his complicated journey from Anakin Skywalker to the Sith Lord we know. The Sith's willingness at drawing strength from tangible suffering takes a poignant turn as Vader grapples with the delicate interplay of physical and emotional torment. The decision to forego the Bacta tank, a source of physical healing, in favor of confronting the emotional turmoil within paints a vivid picture of Vader's commitment to his dark path. This deliberate choice reveals not only the Sith's unique relationship with pain, but also the lengths to which Vader would go to harness the power of the dark side. In the unique design of the Star Wars lore, Vader's avoidance of the Bacta tank stands as a testament to the complexity of Sith psychology. It challenges conventional Sith ethos, showcasing that emotions like grief and depression can indeed weaken the dark side hold on its practitioners. Now, as we reflect on Vader's journey, we're prompted to consider the profound implications of his choices and how they shape the narrative of one of the most iconic characters in the galaxy, far, far away. If you liked this video and want to check out similar interesting ones, then please do visit our channel. May the Force be with you.